I remember back then when I had PS Plus on my PlayStation, and I was really itching for a Street Fighter game at that time. Because I remember playing Ryu and Smash Bros. And wondering what is Street Fighter? It always looked like a really cool game to me, but I never got a chance to truly play it. It wasn't until Street Fighter V came out on PS Plus that I decided to give the Street Fighter series a chance. Yes, I know, potentially one of the worst games in the series was my introduction to what would later be literally the whole reason why I play fighting games. So, yeah, when it came to fighting games, I had no real experience. Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat were the only real games I played. But Street Fighter, it was completely different. Like no other fighting game I ever played before. And I started with Zangief. Yeah. Zangief was a character in a fighting game that I had no idea how to play. Was he the first character to start off with? Maybe. But I didn't know how to do his double lariat. uh, I remember going through the story mode, do the stories, trying to get up all the money, and finally being able to get a character. Now, if you haven't heard of this, back then when Street Fighter V was free for PlayStation Plus, Street Fighter V wasn't exactly free. They still had certain characters under the paywall DLC thingy, and yeah. But if you went through the story modes, you got enough money to get at least one character. I remember looking through the roster. I had no real taste in characters at that time. It was mainly just big, strong character. That's it. So I looked through, and little did I know, this decision was going to change how I saw Street Fighter for potentially my whole life. It was a tough decision. Um, I didn't know any of the Street Fighter characters beforehand. All I knew was Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Guile, and Zangief. So when it came to taste, I was that type to just pick the strongest guy or who looked the strongest. Um, there's some tough choices, but it came down, I believe, to I believe three. It was Sagat, Abigail, and Balrog. When when I saw these three characters, I wanted to see myself in them. And although I haven't really done much boxing in my life, I chose Balrog. He just looked the most appealing to me. And so, I chose Balrog. Only to immediately regret my decision, because he was a charge character. A completely new concept that I had absolutely no idea how to do. I remember pausing to look at the command list and dropping my controller in horror and realizing I actually have to put effort into this character. New effort. I already spent all of my time trying to master the command grab. How am I gonna do this? It wasn't until I landed my first ever Balrog dash punch that I realized things are really gonna change. I remember going through the endless mode, the trials, the arcade, the everything with Balrog. And it's like I grew a new favorite. A favorite that I felt more close to compared to the others at the time. I was firstly exposed to how different fighting games are, how different they are to each other, and how different these games can be even in their own series. It's such a weird experience, but one that I grew to love as well. But anyways, now that I'm done mushing about myself, it's time to mush about the main guy in this video. This is the Ballad of Balrog, or M. Bison, or Boxer, whichever one you prefer.